gonna continue. We are? But I thought you said next video. Hello everybody, and yes, I'm doing this intro again because this is where I left off from the first video. So this is the second part of the strange disappearance of D.B. Cooper. That's so nice. But if you wanna see what happened on the first, well, everything was explained in the first video, so make sure to see that one first and then come to this one. So let's continue where we left off.
Weber, who claimed to be D.B. Cooper.
Oh, yeah, it's like there.
The second suspect is Dwayne Weber, who claimed to be D.B. Cooper on his deathbed. His wife, Jo, claims that in the hour of his death, Dwayne pulled her close and said, quote, "I have a secret to tell you. I'm Dan Cooper."
It's like something like, I have a secret to tell you. I'm Dan Cooper. Just kidding. Oh my god. This is so bad. Like, what's that?
That's what you do if someone were dying and they told you a secret. You would like sipping in your orange juice. I have to tell you a secret. I am D.B. Cooper.
D.B. Cooper?
Cooper.
Really? Nah.
You?
What? This is so stupid.
Take a drink. And I just imagined.
Close. I have a secret to tell you. I'm the factor of the sky.
I bet she did not see that one coming.
She's probably going to be like, he cheated on me. Exactly. Did he cheat on me? I'm a man of myth. This revelation led to Jo revisiting what should have been clear clues. According to Jo, Dwayne had nightmares where he'd sleep talk about, quote, leaving fingerprints on a plane. He also had a knee ailment that he claimed he got jumping out of a plane. Dwayne's handwriting was reportedly found in the margins of a library book on D.B. Cooper. Jo also claims Dwayne took her to the place where the money was eventually found on Tina Bar Beach. That's interesting. If that's true, that is interesting.
Wait, what did you write in the margins? This was me.
Cool guy. Coolest guy in history. Nice sunglasses.
Nice
Wow.
sunglasses.
Bourbon's great. Finally, Jo claims that Dwayne had an old Northwest airline ticket for no apparent reason. 29 years after he left the case, here's a quote from former lead FBI agent Ralph Himmelsbach on Dwayne Weber.
So that's him, right? Right? No.
Quote, he does fit the physical description. He does have the criminal background that I've always felt was associated with the case, end quote. Himmelsbach also believed that Jo Weber's story may have credibility, but ultimately did not believe it was him. She may be telling the truth,
Sounds pretty credible. I don't believe
but
it.
she's probably lying.
I don't believe
The
it.
third and final suspect
This is so messed up.
is Kenneth Christensen, the favorite suspect of the author Jeffrey Gray. The theory began when Lyle Christensen, the brother of Kenneth Christensen, saw an episode of Unsolved Mysteries and became convinced that his brother was D.B. Cooper. Lyle also cites a deathbed confession from his now late brother Kenneth. Kenneth reportedly said, quote, there is something you should know, but I cannot tell you, end quote.
And then he died?
And then he died.
No. What is with this, like, freaking dead confessions? Like, yeah, I'm D.B. Cooper. Oh, I have something to tell you. Oh, yeah. Oh, dead.
I have something to tell you, but I cannot tell you.
But I cannot tell you because I'm gonna be dead in the 5 seconds.
There's something I have to tell you, but I prefer not to. Bye.
Like, this is so messed up. Like, how? No.
Talk about a guy who appreciates a cliffhanger.
Yeah, that's great.
I can, you know what? Touche, Kenneth. Kenneth was a flight purser for Northwest Orient Airlines, the same airline that Cooper hijacked, which would support online suspicion that it was an inside job. Kenneth also loved bourbon and bought a house shortly after the crime, though it was reportedly unassuming. Perhaps the most enthralling part of Gray's theory is the fact that when he showed a picture of Kenneth to a flight attendant who interacted with Cooper, She agreed that of all the suspects she had seen, Kenneth was the closest. Though, she also said, quote, "I can't say yay," end quote. Bizarrely, the FBI debunked Kenneth on the basis that he didn't match the description. So once again, the FBI coming in hot with some weird I don't know. It's
Like, what did it not, like, how did it not, the FBI just throws the cases and be like, no, he's not, that's not him. How you know if you haven't even seen him? Oh my god.
Yeah, you're cool, FBI. I'm just saying.
You don't want to make enemies of the deep state.
I don't. Especially now with, never mind.
Yeah.
Another reason the FBI discredits Kenneth as a suspect is because Kenneth was a paratrooper just after World War II, a detail that is damning according to the FBI, who believes that Cooper was not a skilled jumper.
Maybe he was masquerading as an unskilled jumper.
That's an interesting suspicion, and perhaps well, let's get into the next section. And
Greatest way to fool someone is to act a fool yourself.
Is that...
Okay.
Julius Caesar.
No,
Shakespeare.
Julius.
No,
That's not.
no, I didn't think so.
I thought you'd fall into that one.
No. Which
You
brings
fall
us to our
into that
next
one?
suspect, or rather theory, from Special Agent Lynn.
Theory. Not even suspicion, it's just a theory. Oh god. You gotta love those theories,
DB
man.
Cooper did not survive the fall. Agent Carr took over the DB Cooper case in 2007. Here's a quote from him on the matter. Quote, "We originally thought Cooper was an experienced jumper, perhaps even a paratrooper. We concluded after a few years this was simply not true." End quote. Here's some details that support that narrative. Cooper jumped carrying 2 parachutes. However, only one of them was a functioning chute. The other was a training chute that was sewn shut. Furthermore, the chute that was functional was a military chute that was not steerable. He's kind of starting to sound like an idiot.
A little bit.
The whole time he's like, yeah, bourbon soda. Bomb. Here's your note. I'm a cool guy. Sunglasses. Jumps out the plane.
It's not a splat. I think a pine tree just... You're just like, no.
Kill me.
Little squirrel runs up to him.
I don't get that.
Here are some more details from Agent Carr. Quote, "No experienced parachutist would have jumped in the pitch black night, in the rain, with a 200-mile-an-hour wind in his face, wearing loafers and a trench coat." End quote. Other reasons he possibly died in the fall include him jumping into a wooded area at night, and there was no visibility of the ground at the time that he jumped, as there was a cloud cover at 5,000 feet.
So this guy's a dum-dum.
He's a dum-dum. He's a big dum-dum. Big dum-dum floating in the...
Dumb. Oh, I see it. Dumb B. Cooper. Ah! Dumb Big Cooper.
That's why it's
You know, his name was Dan, but you know, Dumb Big Cooper. Makes sense.
Plot twist.
Makes sense.
Theory.
This guy with a stupid trench coat blowing in the
Just
wind.
loafers.
Obviously, this theory loses a bit of credence due to the fact that his body or chute were never found.
True.
The last theory we will discuss comes from a group of amateur scientists that refer to themselves as citizen sleuths.
That's frankly kind of what you are.
Yeah, and that's why I like this theory.
Okay, well, let's see what your friends have to say.
We're gonna see the last theory. No, is this the last theory?
I think
16 minutes.
What?
Okay, I'm gonna see the last theory. Let's see which one you think.
I got you guys, don't worry. He's gonna be floored. Citizen sleuths employed the use of an electron microscope to discover north of 100,000 particles on DB Cooper's tie. Among these particles, they discovered cerium, strontium sulfide, and pure titanium. According to lead citizen sleuths researcher Tom Kay, quote, "These are what they call rare earth elements. They're used in very narrow fields for very specific things," end quote. Kay stated that although these elements were rare during 1971, one place they were being utilized was at Boeing, where they were developing an advanced supersonic transport plane. Kay and the citizen sleuths posit that Cooper may have been a Boeing employee, explaining the rare materials found on his tie. Quote, "The tie went with him into these manufacturing environments, for sure. So he was not one of the people running these manufacturing machines. He was either an engineer or a manager in one of the plants." End quote.
I feel like if you got a job at Boeing, Just
Why?
go
Why,
there.
why does he
Get
get
a nice 401k, retire. Why
Well,
not go
my
to some
theory
place?
is
He
right,
does it.
because
He likes
you have to
bourbon.
add another theory
likes
to the
adventure.
theories
He likes
there have
nets.
been theories.
And
he was
In the
crazy.
sky screaming with a parallel for
Kay believes the key to identifying Cooper rests within the memory of perhaps one person in the
I
Pacific
think
Northwest who was involved in the aerospace
that
industry
he
at the
did
time.
die when
If
he
that person is you, all information
down
can be
the
relayed to the
parachute.
citizen sleuths via
But-
the contact.
because nobody was found with a parachute.
So it was you.
He did have an
Yeah,
Yeah,
accomplice.
but I was totally,
Citizensleuths.com.
totally born that time.
I
The
don't know,
FBI called their search for DB Cooper one of the longest and most exhaustive investigations in its history. As of 2011,
Went
the FBI case
and
file measured 40 feet
get
long
rid of
and
the
covered
thing.
more than 1,000 suspects. So what we presented here is
Got the
only the tip of the
parachute.
iceberg.
hide
The
it,
case
trash
was open
it,
for
burn
45
it,
years before the FBI finally closed it in 2016.
Right.
Though, we are
And
still willing to listen to
Stay
possible
with the
leads.
Jacksons.
What do you think, Captain?
I'm gonna go Occam's razor on this one.
That's
Just
why
assume
she
that he
had
rocketed
money.
into the ground. A little juxtaposition of him being on the plane, being like,
remember?
I'll have a bourbon.
Yeah, but not all of
And then,
them.
2 hours later,
So
After all these years, people are still transfixed on the identity of the
exactly,
common
because it
known
was
as DB
raining.
Cooper.
How can someone
For
actually
now,
survive the
perhaps
rain and
forever,
the
the
freaking
case of DB
thingy
Cooper
going
will
like-
remain
Yeah, I
unsolved.
do believe that they died. I just believe that at that time, like, the FBI wasn't that good at doing stuff, so they never found the body or anything, and the body just, like, I don't know if he died or something, and just the body went away by.
or someone eat it. An
Oh,
animal.
He
An
could
animal.
have dropped in the river and just bye.
That too. So
Because you know how they found the cash, like, around the river with the lake,
yeah. Look, come on.
and he went to the ocean, and there never was found.
He's dead, so get over it. I'm kidding.
I mean, to
No.
be fair, with that timeline, he would have been already dead, even if he did survive that.
True.